Here is the story of Bal Swan Children's Center, as we know it today. In the early 1960s, when Broomfield was a burgeoning community, families were working to establish services that reflected their shared values. One of the shared values was the belief that all people in community matter, regardless of their ability. Nothing reflects this commitment more than the origin of Bal Swan Children's Center. When several Broomfield couples became parents to children with severe developmental delays, they were faced with a decision of how to best educate and nurture their young child. At the time, the only option was institutionalization. These Broomfield families did not want to institutionalize their kids. Instead, they wanted their children to be fully integrated into society, and they wanted their children to be a part of their daily family life. The families created a foundation called the Foundation for Exceptional Children and sought to find a teacher for their children. At a community meeting, Dr. Bill Markle, a beloved doctor in Broomfield, heard of the need for a teacher. As he listened to the family's request, he thought about his incredibly kind and smart nurse, Ann Hoffman. The next day at work, Dr. Markle called Ann into his office and told her about the opportunity, basically giving her permission to leave his practice and work for the foundation. Through the generosity of the Boulder Valley School District, Cole Cottage was donated to the foundation, and Miss Ann became the first teacher. Women throughout the community donated their time to come care for the children, and Miss Ann's own biological children would come visit the students during their lunch break from Cole Elementary. When her own children and the kids of the volunteers came to visit, Miss Ann discovered something profound at the time. Children with disabilities achieved greater developmental progress through interactions with their peers rather than interaction with an adult. What Miss Ann discovered anecdotally, the world now knows empirically. Children are highly motivated by one another and have the inherent empathy and compassion to be accepting and encouraging friends to people of all abilities. By the late 1960s, Miss Ann moved out of the state with her family, and Miss Marlene Politzer became the new teacher for the children. Miss Marlene had been a teacher at Cole Elementary, and she was passionate about inclusion. Through her connections in the community and many lunches at the Broomfield Manor, Miss Marlene advocated for and secured funding for a permanent location. Mr. Bal Swan, a community philanthropist and banker at Empire Savings and Loan, had already secured land in Northmore Park for a community hospital, and he helped transfer ownership from the hospital to the foundation. Together with his friend and developer, Mr. Fred Spallone, the Bal Swan Children's Center was built. This building has served us well for over 60 years, and there is truly a magic that happens within the walls of the building. Children feel cherished, seen, loved, and valued for the strength they bring to their classroom, and they learn to thrive as individuals. Now, it's time for us to update the building. The heart of Bal Swan will not change, but the building will become more modern and adaptable to 21st century learning needs. Bal Swan Children's Center will serve children and families beginning at birth and will stay with them through the child's completion of the 5th grade. Inclusive classrooms will be the center of the new school, along with robust pediatric therapy offerings and parent education. Bal Swan Children's Center will be a beacon of hope for families, a place where they feel supported and loved and cherished as people with potential, not defined by their ability, but defined by their belonging to a supportive, nurturing community. Join us in moving into an innovative new space that Broomfield will showcase to the country. Broomfield will be the leader in inclusive education and a strengths-based culture where children and families grow and belong.